We've got the tournament director of the Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship, Mr. Salah Tahlak himself. It's an absolute pleasure to be speaking to him once again. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good. Pleasure is mine. And I'm doing good. It's the third day. So we're really happy this year. And again, there's a lot of reasons. One of them is that we are a 1,000 event permanently from now onwards. Number two, the lineup. It's been really great. And this is the first time since many years to start with top 10 out of 10. Then again, we had a couple of injuries. And now we are back to, so at least we still have 6 still playing in this week. So a few matches now, as you can see, it's on. And I think this is the best ever we had. And the weather is beautiful. No rain so far, just a bit windy. I think this is part of the Dubai tournament, you know. So still there are some tickets available for people to come and watch.
2024, as you mentioned, is a special year. You gained the permanent 1,000 status for the WTA. Yeah. Not a lot of people know or realize the hard work that goes behind it. Can you talk us through that?
Sure. It took us really many years, I would say since 2009, when we alternated this with Doha, and it was 1 year 700, 1 year 500, or Premier 5. So it wasn't easy, but again, what we did as a Dubai, we always come up with innovative ideas, with something different and something special. So I think the ideas came from our executive vice chairman and CEO Colin McLaughlin to equalize prize money between WTA and ATP, and that was many years back actually. I remember the first when we started.
2005, in fact.
6.
Right. True.
Yeah. So, but just to go back to 2001, when we started the WTA tour, it was $585,000, and back then the men ATP it was $215, and then it was $250 gold. You know, it was just evolved all the way. But back then it was I think back then it was 500 when we changed, and it was $1 million. So from that time, so we made it $1 million each, and then we took it off. You know, every year there, until we reached this year. Mm-hmm. So now, each week $3.2 million. Wow! So you're talking about total $6.4 million.
As we walked through the facility, we saw people from different generations over here, the Irish village, the tennis village. We see people from different backgrounds as well over here, but I want to get your thoughts on this. How would you feel, or how amazing would it be for a UAE player under the flag progressing through the WTA or the ATP tour?
Sure. Just again, back to again, when you say it took you so long, yes, indeed it took us so long, many years to get the permanent 1,000, because what happened, you have other stakeholders. They also, you know, it's not easy for them to accept to have another extra, because us in Doha, we were considered as a 1. Mm-hmm. So now you have 10 of the 1,000s. So yes, it was very difficult for us. We had a lot of meetings, many years on and off to get to, you know, first of all, none of them were accepting it, you know, to have another extra. Then it took them a bit longer to accept, and then they all agreed. So finally happened last year, I would say during the US Open, that all agreed and then and dusted. Yes, back to see all the different people from all over the world. So I feel very proud as a UAE, as an Emirati, running this event, such an international, the world class, and especially the ladies. I mean, if you think today, there is no sports in the world for the ladies that you have such a high class, and it is, as per the chairman and the CEO of WTA, Steve Simon, he even mentioned it last night. He said we are the second biggest sport when it comes to exposure worldwide after the soccer.
Wow, that is incredible.
Yeah, he said that. So I think it's really good. It's a great news. It's a great statement from Steve, and also we are happy to hear that as well. And it's such a clean and a classy sport and event, because there's no any direct contact, physical contact between the players. Either you see one on each side or 2 on each side, and everything's very, very, very simple, very, very clear that you see. And plus, there's a lot of changing happening as well in the court. So now this year gonna be the last year that you see line judges. So then,
right.
yes, because from next year as an ATP, it's compulsory. You have to have electronic line calling.
Right.
WT, they don't really. He said yes, we are okay, but we're not still pushing for that. It has a lot of reasons. Some they said, no, we still like a human element to be, and it's nice even in in a soccer when you think about the VAR. So for me, it's like it's not real anymore. There's no fun. Sometimes it's nice to have some doubt whether it's a goal or it's not a goal, it's a foul or it's a penalty. So now the tennis it will be the same. So it's all electronically, but we will have, of course, we will have also the Hawkeye, which is like a review analysis, a review line calling. So there's a lot of changes happening. So I think it's all for good. So for me, and same thing for the TV as well. They all like there is a start, but there's no end to the tennis. See, this is the problem. So maybe one day it's gonna change. Hopefully, I don't know if you're all gonna be around or it's gonna be. We don't know. Yeah.
We talked a lot about the tennis. Maria Sakkari recently, she was at Aya Universe. It's one of my favorite places in Wafi. It's one of the new attractions in Dubai.
Yeah.
It takes you a step into the future in terms of the projections and artificial reality.
Sure.
I want to get your thoughts on the way the city has expanded in terms of the infrastructure and in terms of what the attraction is for the players that come in as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think for us, every year we have a lot of brainstorming and not challenging, because we know the challenge, like which one to pick, what to do, because there's a lot of things happening. Many things, as you have mentioned, like this year, just a week ago, the official opening of the one Zabil. It's a beautiful, it's a beautiful state-of-the-art building, and it's like 2 towers, and then in the middle, and you have the cantilever, which is a 200 meters length. So when you think about it, it's like 2 vertical towers and 1 horizontal tower. Beautiful. So this is owned by ICD, and which is Investment Corporation of Dubai. And us as a Dubai Duty Free, we are a member or the stakeholder of the ICD as well. So I think this is the place, beautiful, and it's a combination of comprised of 2 hotels, one and only, and Saro. So or the Saro or Syro, which is like a very similar to Jumeirah. It's a homegrown a hotel reservation, a hotel management. I think, which is good and should do really well. And in that cantilever, it has I think between 10 to 11 combination of restaurant and clubs, which is really good. And they have the longest swimming pool in the world, 200 meters. It's amazing. I was there. It's a mind blowing when you go and see the view. You see the Burj Khalifa. You see all the Dubai skyline. Such a beautiful place. And just if you look back, or like it depends which area you're standing, and you see that Dubai frame. And then a little bit more further, you see the Museum of the Future. So, I mean, there is no end to it. Every time you go there, something else is happening. So yeah, Dubai, it's a place that every year there's something different. Even the players, when they come, they see, oh, so what's next? What's new this year? And you have 15,000 different restaurants in Dubai.
You said what's new, what's next. When I think of you as an individual, when I think of Mr. Salah Tahlak, it takes me back to the conversation we had last year. 2 weeks ago, I was on top of the helipad of the Burj Al Arab, and I could think of just Salah Tahlak, the architect behind the Roger Federer versus Andre Agassi on the helipad. What's next for Dubai in terms of something emphatic, something that stops the whole world and captures all the attention?
I would say, there's a lot of things happening, to be honest. But I must say, this year, I think the 2 things last year, the Royal Atlantis, or Atlantis Royal, that was the big thing, wow. And this year, I would say, which is like just fresh 2 weeks ago, one and only. I would say these 2 are now one of the latest attraction in Dubai.
Final question for me. You've been very generous with your time. In terms of the grassroots level of the sport, how do you see that progressing, and what challenges are possibly in place?
I would say 2 things. Us as a Dubai Duty Free, the organizer, the owner of the events, both weeks, and also the title sponsor. Our responsibility is to give chances more to the kids, the ball kids, because few of the ball kids, they became a player. So one of them, I think, the ladies Kumba. So she played last year, and this year we have given her a wild card, and she played. It took her, I think, for I think more than 1 hour, which is really good. Secondly, we have done the same thing for the men's, whether it's Emirati or from GC. We have given a lot of chances to the Kuwaiti, to the Saudi, to the Qatari, Tunisian, Jordanian, many.
Right.
Third, I mean, all the ball kids, the process, the way we do, we give a chance from the whole UAE. It's not only for Dubai, all the university, I mean, schools and different parts of Dubai, different parts of UAE, just to give a chance to everyone so they can be part of the game, they can see it live, they can feel and be with the players, ladies or men. So that gives them a lot of opportunity, a lot of confidence
And
exposure as well. And you see their parents watching them. Oh, that's my kid. So I'll just give you one example. Like one of my daughters, she was a ball kid. Then she for many years, then she became a supervisor of the ball kid.
Nice.
Now, less than a year, she will be a doctor, a physician.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So she said, I was thinking to be a pediatrician, but maybe one day, I told her maybe Sarah, her name is Sarah. I said, maybe one day you'll be a tournament doctor. She said, yeah, why not? That possible. So, this thing, it happened. And then also another aspect that we do support UAE Tennis Federation, whether by sponsoring programs that they have for the grassroots, or they have something they do every now and then. So we do that as well. So we always make sure we are part of it, we're supporting it, wherever we can.
Sorry, I just have a follow-up question on what you mentioned. You are the tournament director, one of the busiest times for you. It is the tennis, but how do you switch off from the work commitments, or how do you sort of step aside from the sports to just collect yourself?
I know it's not easy. Even today, I missed the weekly finance meeting, so I didn't go because I was so tired last night, and I felt like I have a bit of like a sore throat and coughing. So I don't want to be next to my colleagues and give them a bad cough or whatever. So I missed that. Yeah, sometimes it happens, but again, the project, so they all know, they all understand. I'm here. I'm running the event and I'm responsible, so I gotta be here. If anything goes wrong with the player, so I'm here to take a decision.
So it's always great to talk to you, and wishing you the best for 2024 and the years ahead.
Thank you, and I wish you all the best for your channel, and let people enjoy and let them come and watch.